Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are taking a slightly different look at our world. We're looking at the Earth, not just as a spinning rock in space, but as a patient. And here's the thing, it's a patient whose vital signs literally dictate our very own survival. We're going to walk through a full medical diagnosis of our entire planet, and then, more importantly, we'll explore the actual prescriptions that can help heal it.
You know, this idea of a sick planet actually goes way back over 3 decades. In 1993, Norwegian physician Dr. Per Fugelli realized something absolutely crucial. Human health just doesn't exist in a vacuum. If our host environment degrades, well, the health of everyone living in it follows right behind. It sparks a pretty massive question, right? How do we even begin to treat a patient this incredibly large? So, to really understand our prognosis, we've first got to talk about planetary health. Formally introduced around 2015, this isn't just some abstract academic idea, it's a completely solutions-oriented field. It explicitly links our long-term physical and mental well-being to the flourishing of our natural ecosystems. Basically, human health depends entirely on the wise stewardship of the natural systems all around us.
Here is our roadmap for the explainer today. We'll be hitting 1. Patient Earth, a new diagnosis. 2. Crossing our planetary boundaries. 3. The biodiversity safety net. 4. Engineering a greener future. 5. The planetary health diet. And 6. A just hopeful future. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Patient Earth, a new diagnosis.
Okay, so there are two vital public health frameworks we need to understand here.
You might already be familiar with One Health, introduced by the CDC. It's really great for immediate human-animal interactions, like tracing avian flu, for example. But planetary health? That zooms way out. It asks how large-scale, long-term systemic disruptions, think climate change and resource scarcity, will impact human health over generations. To survive and thrive, we absolutely need both.
Section 2. Crossing our planetary boundaries.
6. That is a crucial, honestly kind of alarming number. 6 out of the 9 critical planetary boundaries that keep the Earth stable have already been dangerously crossed. According to the Stockholm Resilience Center, we've blown past safe limits in areas like climate change, biosphere integrity, land system change, and freshwater use. And exceeding these irreversible boundaries isn't just an environmental problem. It's a direct, immediate threat to the health of humans and all life, right now and for future generations.
So what is the single largest cause of these transgressions? Believe it or not, it's our global food system. Based on data from the Eat-Lancet Commission, our food systems drive nearly 30% of all global greenhouse gas emissions. Worse than that, agriculture is responsible for almost all of the nitrogen and phosphorus overloads. Those are the nutrients that cause massive dead zones in our oceans. Literally, how we eat is pushing the Earth vital signs deep into the red.
Which brings us to Section 3, the biodiversity safety net.
Now, just look at what business as usual actually means on the ground. We're seeing incredibly diverse ecosystems like the Chaco thorn forest in Argentina and Bolivia being rapidly, irreversibly cleared just to make way for industrial soybean cultivation. And it's happening everywhere, from the Amazon to Borneo. When these highly diverse ecosystems are replaced with massive single-crop plantations, we are completely losing our natural water filtration, our disease regulation, and our climate stabilization.
And here is why this matters so much. When this biodiversity safety net degrades, it is the most vulnerable human populations who pay the immediate, devastating price. The rural poor and subsistence farmers rely directly on these natural ecosystems for their everyday food security, clean water, and protection from hazards like storms and floods. Think about it. When a forest is cleared, wealthy populations can still just buy clean water and imported food. The rural poor simply cannot. Biodiversity loss is inextricably linked to human poverty and inequality. Let's shift gears to the treatment plan in Section 4, Engineering a Greener Future. To actually heal our patient, we've got to change our infrastructure at its very DNA. The EPA outlines these specific green engineering steps. It requires life-cycle thinking from day one of a project. It means actively demanding safe inputs, preventing waste entirely instead of just trying to manage it later, and building environmental impact assessments right into the core design. We desperately need systems that don't make the patient sick in the first place.
And the really good news? Civil engineers are already all over this. They're deploying smart infrastructure sensors to monitor energy use in real time. Actually, they're even replacing highly polluting materials by injecting recycled plastics right into concrete, or using surprisingly strong bio-based materials like bamboo and hemp. By baking renewable energy directly into our buildings, our infrastructure can literally start healing the planet.
Next up is Section 5, the planetary health diet.
We absolutely have to talk about the massive dietary gap in our daily lives. In regions like North America, there is a staggering 400% overconsumption of red meat, that's beef, pork, and lamb, compared to scientifically recommended planetary health diet targets. At the exact same time, we severely underconsume nuts, legumes, fruits, and vegetables. It's a complete double-edged sword. It drives human chronic disease while simultaneously draining unsustainable amounts of land and water. So the prescription here is what we call the planetary health diet. It's a highly flexible, plant-rich pattern. We're not talking about a strict mandate to eliminate all meat. Rather, it's a structural shift to make whole grains, fruits, veggies, and legumes the absolute foundation of our meals, with animal-sourced foods acting more like a side dish. Global adoption of this could avert an estimated 15 million premature human deaths every single year, all while pulling our food system back within those safe planetary boundaries.
Finally, Section 6. A just, hopeful future.
You see, a healthy planet absolutely demands a fair society. Securing the social foundations of a fair food system isn't just about what we eat. It's about how the people producing it are treated. We're talking guaranteed living wages for food workers, freedom from excessive corporate concentration in agricultural markets, non-toxic environments completely free from agricultural pollution, and above all, ensuring a healthy diet is actually affordable for everyone. Right now, billions of people live where a healthy diet is just out of economic reach. We have to fix the economics if we want to fix the health.
But how do we pay for all this? Well, to scale these solutions, we need some serious financial innovation. Conservation simply cannot survive on charity alone. We have to price in the true economic value of ecosystem services, like, for example, a forest naturally filtering water for free. Just look at Costa Rica. They proposed a $500 million perpetual endowment fund to permanently finance their entire conserved area system. These kinds of financial innovations can actually fund our natural capital in perpetuity.
Wrapping up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. We've seen the vital signs. We understand the grim symptoms of biodiversity loss, pollution, and unsustainable diets. But we also have the prescription right in front of us: green engineering, the planetary health diet, and fair, sustainable economic systems. The treatment is entirely within our grasp. So when you look at your daily choices, the infrastructure you support, and the food on your plate, will we choose to be the disease or the cure for patient Earth? Thank you so much for joining me, and keep exploring these incredible solutions.